What up guys, it's me Jules here with Scott for Whatculture. The Han Solo trailer has just dropped, so let's see what our live reactions are going to be about it. First off, it looks really good.
So
I'm really impressed with this so far, but as we were just saying on the walk in here, it's got that sort of Rogue One vibe to it through and through. There is definitely a stylistic choice that they're making between the main canon stuff and then the regular offshoot series, which is a sort of grittier, colder colour palette.
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing in the shorter teaser as well. Like, I mean, I remember watching the teaser and it had this like Rogue One feel. You've got the recruitment thing and the washed out colour palette and whatever, but in the full trailer, like, I love how much character is in this. Like, you actually get a feel for the tenets that make up Han Solo.
What is really interesting is that a lot of things, when they do these teaser trailers, they focus on bringing characters into the mix. Whereas I felt that Han Solo was the least developed character out of all of the people shown in this. They were definitely focusing on the new people, like Woody Harrelson just saying, I'm getting a team together, and then it shows a new woman, a weird alien thing with 4 arms who looks to be a
the pilot.
Then there's a robot buddy who seems to mirror whatever Han's doing.
Yeah, there's Emilia Clarke's in there too.
Emilia Clarke's in there
and like
too.
she looks awesome. Like, she seems to have like, I don't know, like some sort of romantic relationship with him. She's like, oh, I know who you are. Like in the extended canon, we've had Han Solo's ex-wife come back for a bit.
Yeah, I mean, they had a few editing things that made me think that they're going to go down the same route that they did with the Last Jedi trailers, which is they broke up a sentence that was like didn't need to be broken up.
Right.
Like that whole sort of, you do not think this is gonna end the way things, like, you know, it's just like
the way you think.
But in terms of like how it came across, that's the perfect way to get people on board with this film, because had a trouble production, everyone knows that, we've covered it many times, but seeing this, it's so confident. It's basically just like Han Solo says 3 lines. He might even say less than that.
Well,
because it just shows we know who he is.
Let's talk a little bit about Alden Ehrenreich being Han Solo, because like that's the thing. When it cuts to his face, and in the teaser, we got this great shot where he's looking down, looks like Harrison Ford, looks up, oh, it's the new guy. That's awesome. He's the one thing in this trailer that I'm not as confident as the rest of it. Like, Donald Glover looks phenomenal as Lando.
Yeah, he does.
Like, just looks like he's just owning it. That smile is awesome.
When he's that laid back sort of like,
you've just got it right there. And there's that one bit where Emilia Clarke says, "Oh, no one knows you the way I do," or whatever, and it cuts back to his face, and he didn't nail it for me. It just didn't feel right.
It was definitely a stare, but there wasn't really much. I wasn't sure what was going on. I'm not sure if the tone was going to be that he was going to laugh or that he was going to cry. It looked like he was just genuinely like.
There's like a certain level of there's 2 things. Like, there's a certain level of confidence and swagger that comes from Solo, but that's middle age getting on a bit Solo. One of the things that they haven't barely even advertised with this is that the movie takes place across a 6-year period, and it jumps in to see how Han Solo's getting on across that time period.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well, see, they haven't even put it out there. It's just something that I know from contacts that I have. It's a thing, and that is like one of the most interesting things.
That's cool.
And so it's like, well, maybe he's going to be this kind of like unsure guy, and you'll get to see his arc across like the years or whatever.
I mean, he does say in this that he got kicked out of the academy, which kind of lays credence to the idea that when he, in the teaser trailer that was released in the Super Bowl, with him saying, "Oh, I want to join the Empire," and they say, which area of the Empire recruitment thing do you want to be a part of? That's an actual genuine application. Like, a lot of people were speculating that maybe he's doing it as part of the ruse to try and like steal the Millennium Falcon or do something to them. But it might be, if this is a 6-year period that we're talking about, that he genuinely does try and then gets kicked out of the academy from there.
Maybe, I mean, like his whole thing, because that's another thing. One of the rumors with this was that it's ostensibly going to be American Graffiti in space, like all about different gangs and different, trying to win the race, trying to like do whatever.
Yeah.
There's a way to do that, and some of the shots in this already have that. There's that great shot that, in fact, which is just like American Graffiti, where it has the camera looking at him with the lass in the car, and they're driving along, and it's like, oh my god, I'm along for the ride. That's very like old school American Graffiti style thing, and it's like, that would be great.
I mean, if they give us Ocean's 11s in space, I'm not gonna hate that. I think that'd be really fun. I mean, there was only one comedy moment that I'm not sure if it landed as well as the trailer would have liked it to, which is the very end where he says, "I think we're out of trouble," and then there's the long pause, and then they are in trouble. But I feel like his delivery of "I think we're out of trouble" felt a bit stilted.
That's the thing. The thing is, like, obviously there's a lot of reports as to how potentially poor Alden was on set. Apparently, this guy, they had to get acting coaches in for him, if you believe all the rumors and the story write-ups and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much that's impacting my viewing of him, because I do look at some of the scenes that focus on him and I go, oh, it's not as strong as the rest of it.
I've stayed out of the sort of like the hubbub of the rumor mill on that side. I've let you guys cover most of the Star Wars stuff, specifically because I want to go into this with like as little judgment as possible. But I would say just from that, I don't feel like he's as charismatic. And I know what you're going to say in the comments. How can you judge a person from literally 5 seconds worth of thing? But you get what I mean.
Comments don't disagree with us.
Yeah, comments love us.
Monster Hunter and Dark Souls are exactly the same.
So basically, it's like what we have now is a film that seems to be striking a confident approach. I'm really excited about it. Looking forward to see the Witch King again, because I've already made that joke in a previous thing with Cleary. Literally, the enemy looks like the Witch King from Lord of the Rings.
The enemy?
Yeah, the big bad guy with the giant 3 horns. You see him fight on the trailer on top of a train.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, he looks like the Witch King.
I guess. I mean, yeah. I didn't even.
I mean, if you're gonna have a Star Wars bad guy, why does it always have to be a masked arsehole? Can't it just be a guy with a face for once?
Kylo Ren literally doesn't have a mask for the whole of The Last Jedi.
Starts off with one there, doesn't he?
Well, yeah, but the whole point is that he gets rid of it.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
Oh.
Just saying.
Progression.
It's another masked dude. It's another action figure to buy. But that's just me being pessimistic. So yeah, it's really exciting. I'm trying to think of what else happened in it. There was car chase scene. We got to see a very rainy planet that I don't know if we visited before.
I don't think so.
Then we got to see a desert planet with lots of like weird ritual like things on it. Like the planets look so Star Warsian that I can't confirm nor deny if we're on new planets. I assume we
Someone
are.
will say like, well, that rock outcrop is the same as the thing, and that proves that it's from whatever. Okay, fine.
If you possess that monumental knowledge, please let us know down in the comment section below, because share it, don't keep it to yourself.
I'll tell you what is quite interesting, is that obviously there's a new Millennium Falcon design, new to us, old in the canon, and we see it already being flown by Han Solo, and it's like one of the initial reports to this, the movie was going to be how he gets the Millennium Falcon, and what happens with the Kessel Run, and all these different Kessel Guards, and all that kind of thing. And like that potentially isn't as big of a part of the movie as we thought, because now we're seeing that he just already has it. Like
that's very true.
You know, and it's like, yeah.
Well, it's that my theory is, and if I get this right, then you owe me a pint. Then is basically
you don't stipulate what I owe you.
They do. Basically, I think that he joins. He gets shown this prototype plane ship, which is the Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
He wants to pilot it, hence why he's got the robo-buddy with him who mirrors his actions, because that's his co-pilot. Robo-buddy dies and then realises that he needs another person of equal skill to be able to match him to co-pilot it. That's when Chewbacca steps in.
Yeah, and actually one of the shots that was in the teaser that unless I missed it, isn't in the full one, is when Chewie puts his hand on his shoulder.
Oh, he does, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, because they want to make it all about that.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, like, I was okay with that, but I wanted there to be some immediate friction between him and Chewie. I want it to be one of those relationships where they weren't instantly familiar to begin with. It should be like,
oh, that's
maybe that Chewie was like Lando's best mate.
Right, okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's like Lando's the one that introduced him, hence why there's the unfairness and the cheating that Lando feels he's been cheated out.
Yeah, to some degree. The weird thing is, I'm going to flag a potential hot point going forward.
Sure.
The more impetus that they put on Chewie and Han being this really close relationship, hand on the shoulder, I'm there for you, buddy, or whatever, the more that they show that, the more people will get annoyed that there's no funeral for Han, there's no real mourning period for Chewie in The Last Jedi.
Yeah,
there's nothing like that. The more you put beforehand in the canon means that he should be torn up in The Last Jedi.
I see what you mean.
But like, some people have already complained that there's not a funeral scene or whatever.
Yeah.
I think The Last Jedi moves it at such a pace that it kind of gets around it, but whatever. I think the more that you fill this in and you go, hey, these guys mattered the most to each other ever in their lives,
then it will make that more apparent.
Yeah, it makes it like a strange disconnect.
I see what you mean. It's the same thing if they make this new woman that Emilia Clarke is playing out to be a massive love interest. The fact that she isn't in any of the future ones won't explain why he's so flippantly about love.
Well, I think what they'll do with her is what they did with James Bond in Casino Royale. They'll make it so he has a reason to be this like woman, sort of like disposable woman, scoundrel man, whatever. Like he's been there, he's loved before, he's loved and lost, and now he's all disparate, and then he has this fling with Leia, and they'll try and reframe it that way. So
yeah, that could work.
Perhaps.
There's a lot of potential going into this film. That's all we can say for sure. But if you have already checked it out, let us know what you think about it down in the comments section below. Are you excited? Are you not even that fussed about the spin-off stuff? Either way, let us know. Then swing by Whatculture.com for more news and articles like this every goddamn day. And as always, I've been Jules.
I've been Scott.
Speak to you soon. Bye.